the Cavs get a blowout victory versus the defending world champion Denver Nuggets. A lot of interesting things to take away from this game, but I think the first thing anybody's going to want to talk about is Craig Porter Jr. I had to look him up after this game a little bit more thoroughly, because you would see him have some moments throughout the season. You'd be like, okay, cool, undrafted guy. He's a bit of an older guy. I think he's about the same age as Darius Garland, which I guess you could do COVID rules the same way you could do COVID rules and eligibility in basketball with the same way they do it with football. So I guess you could just be super old there. I don't know how old he is. Let me look up how old he is again. He's 23. I mean, 23 in basketball is older. It's just normal college age. So he was just a normal guy at college. Started in 2018, ended in 2023. So he was in there for a minute. Yeah, he did a smooth 5-6 years in college. But, sometimes those players randomly pan out. I think Kyle Kuzma was one of those guys at Utah, right, where he was just in college forever, came to the league and just worked out because he was good enough to work out. But that is the background on Craig Porter Jr. What you actually need to know about Craig Porter Jr. is that he played 25 minutes. He went 7 of 10 and 7 of 7 from the free throw line. Had 4 rebounds. And let me tell you, these were some impressive rebounds for a 6'2 guard, 6'1 guard to have, because he was just all length on these rebounds. He looked much bigger than the 6'1 he's listed at in this game. But good job getting some rebounds. He had 21 points and 2 steals, 4 assists. And he provided a nice scoring punch in the night where not only Donovan Mitchell was out, Karis LeVert was out too. I thought that Tristan Thompson played some good minutes, but you look at the plus and minus on him, it's not pretty. It's minus 23. I don't know how you get minus 23 in a game that you won by 20 points, but I guess those weren't great minutes from T-Tom. But George Niang played well today, 12 points, 2 of 3 from 3, 4 of 9. I thought he did a good job boxing out 2 in this game. He had 3 rebounds in 23 minutes, so maybe not as good as a job as I thought. But I thought also you had some good performances. Dean Wade rebounded well, had 10 rebounds, 9 defensive, 1 offensive, 6 points. And I don't know about y'all, man. I'm over the Dean Wade experiment. I get it. I get why they wanted to stick with it. I get why they kept him over a guy like Lamar Stevens. I understand the reasoning behind it. I'm just over it, over the Dean Wade experience. Now, he was not terrible today. He was 2 of 4 from the field, all of those being 3-point shots. But I don't know, man. It seems like there's a lot of times, and this isn't the most analytical analysis today, I'm sorry, but it seems like there's a lot of times where the Cavs will swing the ball around, get a wide open Dean Wade, and this dude just bricks it. It's kind of like watching Isaac Okoro at times when it comes to that kind of stuff, but hopefully Dean gets it turned around. I mean, he's career-wise a better 3-point shooter than what he's been this year. I think he is at 33? He's at 32 the last 10 games. So not terrible, but not the greatest in the world. You kind of want him to be over 35 at least, kind of near 40 to be honest with you. So that's just not cutting it at all. Don't love it. Let's see who else here. Evan Mobley. I thought he had an excellent game here. I thought he was really good defensively. 16 of 10 offensively with 2 blocks. So I thought that Evan played an excellent game in this one. Thought he did a real good job helping on Jokic in some of these plays. I thought he did a real good job helping off of Gordon, and really kind of balled out today. Jared Allen, put some respect back on his name, had a plus minus of plus 42. He played 29 minutes in this one. 15 points. My man's had how many rebounds? 5 rebounds, 5 assists. And that's another thing. Evan Mobley had 10, 16, and 5. So that's impressive. But 5 assists, 5 rebounds, 15 points. I thought he did a really good job defending Jokic down the stretch. Now, I'm not sure if the numbers are going to show it because Jokic still did his thing. I still think he got Jokic got 18 and 10, so he got a double-double, but he was 8 of 13 from the field, only 2 of 5 from the free throw line. So, I mean, that's pretty good to hold Jokic down to less than 20. Thought they did a good job on him. The Cavs have struggled against those more physical, bigger bigs, and you don't get more physical and bigger than Jokic. So I thought they did a good job there. Really frustrated him and got him into foul trouble early in this game as well. So, again, it's a good performance there by Jared Allen. I think more so than the stat sheet will say for him. Darius Garland, 26, 6 and 3. Had a good night as well. I like what I see out of Darius Garland from a night in, night out basis. I really think he's just so consistent. I have grown to love Darius Garland's game. I think he's one of my favorite players to watch. Now, Donovan Mitchell, when he's healthy, he's explosive and he's one hell of a player too. But I just think that the growth that Darius has showed in his game, his ability to not just make open shots, but get his own shot, 10 to 16, 6 assists in this one, and then steals and blocks. He had a block here, which is crazy because Darius ain't the biggest guy in the world, but Darius's ability to continue to make plays on both ends of the field, of the court, I think is very impressive. Played 33 minutes today. Thought he did a really good job. And Max Strus, 11 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists, and 2 of 6 from 3 points. So not his best day shooting the 3. But I just like what Max Strus brings to this team. He feels like the glue to a lot of these lineups. You put Max Strus in there and this lineup start to make a lot more sense. They start to feel a lot more compatible. Anybody else have any standout performance today? I thought Sam Merrill played well in the minutes that he was in. And the numbers don't really reflect it. He was 3 of 10 from the field, 3 of 9 overall. I wonder how much of that was in garbage time. But I thought that, there was a couple spots in there where he made some meaningful threes in that game. I think 2 of those threes came at meaningful points in the game. So I thought he played well. Might have had his numbers kind of slowed down by some bad shooting in not crunch time, but in garbage time. But I thought he had a good game. But obviously the story of today's game is Craig Porter Jr. I believe he's a two-way player right now. He signed with the Canton Charge, and he's on let me see. Yeah, I think he's on a temporary contract almost with the Cavs. So obviously it's somebody you should really look at keeping. He's scoring against one of the best NBA teams, scoring at a high level. And I'm going to be honest with you, man, this shit that Craig Porter was doing in this game, everything he did was impressive. Some of the steals that he got were really impressive. Some of the turnovers he created for the Denver Nuggets was really creative. Not creative, but really nice plays that he made there. And some of his buckets were just straight up nice. And this is not the first time Craig's had a nice game like this in a Cavs uniform. He's done this a couple of other times. Now, I don't know if he got the 20 before, but he's had some good games down the stretch here, right? He had 12 and 16 minutes against Detroit. He had 4 minutes in garbage time versus Portland. But I think that, you got to see what's up with Craig Porter. You really do got to take some time to see what's up with him, because that could be a piece going forward that could become very useful for this Cleveland Cavaliers team as they look to kind of get going down the stretch. Now, the overall picture for the Cavs, they've started slow, no doubt. Definitely not the start you would want. Right now, they're 7-6, but the season is so long that that's not really that big of a deal here. I think they're playing some of their better basketball right now, or at least they're warming up to play some of their better basketball, because they started the year basically two out their first five, lost to the Thunder, lost to the Pacers, lost to the Knicks, beat the Knicks. And then they kind of down the stretch here, if you look at just from that last Knicks win, they lose against the Pacers, which I believe was a in-season tournament game, but then they beat the Warriors at home, lose to the Thunder, but then beat the Warriors in San Francisco, then lose to the Kings, it was a blowout, and then go back and beat the Trailblazers, beat the Pistons, two easier teams, and then you play the Nuggets. And later this week, you also play the 76ers. So, I think they're playing better basketball. They got to get healthy. Like, they just have had so many weird mismatches of injury this year, right? Either it's Darius Garland's out for a couple days, or then it's Donovan Mitchell's out for a couple days, or it's Jared Allen out for a couple days. And it's just, there seems to be at every point in time some players hurt. Today they didn't have Donovan Mitchell, they didn't have Isaac Okoro, and they also didn't have Karis LeVert. So 3 of your major rotation players out. You beat the defending world champions. It's a big move there, but that's my thoughts on the Cavs. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Y'all have a great day. Have a better night. Peace.